Okay, let's see. Wow, perfect timing, Peg. We've just hit the top of the hour.
Excellent, excellent. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Power Half Hour. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about, I'm going to share my screen. Um, Today, we are going to talk about engagements. Um, it's important as we're working with social media to get people engaged with us, to get them to have a conversation with us. So I thought today maybe we'd look a little bit about how can you stimulate engagements with people. During one of Eric Worre's trainings, he asked us to do a selfie, right, where we held up three fingers and asked people what are three things they think about you when they see you. So that did three different things, right? It gave people, you got bold and you did your selfie. And social media uh, experts tell us the more you can put yourself on the screen, the better. Now, I don't know about you, but I tend to be a little shy about doing that. But I was amazed at the response that we got from that three-finger selfie assignment. So when you're doing engagements, you can use your own picture, but you want to trigger some responses. So you want to pick a stimulating quote or image you're going to use that's going to connect with a question. The question is how you're going to get people engaged. You're going to ask an enticing question. Now, let me give you some ideas. What if you ask people, what are two things you do to maintain your health? So we're focusing in on health there. Here's another one. What if you had an extra $500 given to you? What would you do with it? How would you use it? So you can get them to start thinking and getting a response. What about this one? What do you cherish the most in your life? If you could travel anywhere, where would you go? Now, I've found that it's better if you can put some numbers in there so you get people to actually think about it and respond to it. What are two things you miss the most due to COVID? Now, you guys, that's a question that I think would get quite a lot of response. How many of you have had people, the one tell you, the one thing I'm really miss, or I'm so tired because I can't hug somebody, or I miss being able to travel, or whatever. So you're going to start to have people answer your question. Now, once they've answered your question, you can then go ahead and start a conversation with them. This is a little bit of a slower way to go about meeting people and getting to know them, but I think that it's a really excellent way to do that. So I looked up, when I do this, when I create posts, I'll go in and I will look up, I'll go to Google and I'll tell them what I want. So this morning I went in and I said, I want funny health or wellness quotes. Now take a look at this one. I don't mean to brag, but I finished my 14-day diet in 3 hours and 12 minutes. Right? So if you can get people engaged in even smiling or laughing, you've already got them engaged, right? You've got them interested in what it is that you're having to say. And then how would you go off of this particular quote? Well, there's so many different ways, right? What have you been doing to maintain or diminish your COVID extra weight, right? Because we have people that are telling me, I have people telling me, oh my gosh, I've got this extra COVID weight because I've been eating, I haven't been outside, all of that kind of stuff. So you can stimulate from there. All right. So you could go to, what are two things you do each day to assure your health, right? Now, I put this little picture in here, which is a way that we can utilize our media that's given to us to get people to start to understand what ASEA is. Now, this is not one that I would typically use with this particular question. I put it in here just so you could see some of the media that we have that we can actually use. We don't do in our branding on our posts. It's about us, okay? We're not going to use the word ASEA, but maybe every 2 weeks or so in the big posts. You can talk with people, certainly in private messages and that kind of thing, but in your regular general posts, you don't want to spam people. They're going to feel like you're trying to sell them. And what you're trying to do is get them engaged and it's how you're going to start that relationship with them. So let me stop my share. What do you think about that? Does that work? This is something you can do every so often to really stimulate some conversation and to find new people. Now, here's another thing you could do. You could pick 2 of your groups. Let me ask you something. Have you created yourself as in a group somewhere, or at least 2 or 3? Fraser tells us 5 by 5 by 5, right? If you really want to grow your social media, you want to go to 5 different groups. You want to find make 5 posts, and you want to use 5 or more words in responding to a post that you see. So you're engaged with somebody, you're responding to them. So again, relationships, good relationships should be like this. You're giving, you're receiving, you're giving, and you're receiving. That's no different on social media. We need to give, givers gain. The more you give, the more they're going to be interested in you. So I say, let's go and make some engaging posts today. Go to at least 3 different groups that you may be in, or if that's too daunting, do it on your general post. But it's good if you can start to tap into a group of people who recognize you, who want to get to know you more and more because of your posts and your engaging questions. All right? I think we're 1 minute over, Cindy. Ready? Fire. Oh, energy up. Energy up. Let's go. Energy up.